All right, folks, I am, well, it sounds like I'm not sure if I'm back, but I'm pretty sure I'm back, and I'm pretty sure this sounds more or less right. If you enjoy the sounds of the keys on a keyboard clacking, you are certainly going to enjoy this episode. But it's actually been quite a while in real life since I played this campaign, but it'll probably look like no time has passed in the way that these are set up. So I remember the general gist is that I'm trying to re-liberate. How about just liberate Virginia, Tennessee? But this also reminds me that they're doing their very own march to the sea. So there's that. And I don't know if I knew that this was going to happen. So where is this? What is this? Let me just see here. So this is over here. And for whatever reason, Longstreet's core is not going to engage. So, what we do, because that makes 0 sense, is we move Longstreet's core up to... What? Oh, he's retreating. No. In that case, we're going to want to fight this. Do I want to fight here? Retreat or auto resolve. Let's retreat. This makes no sense to me, but let's go ahead and retreat. Which maybe we can do and maybe we can't do. I don't know. I have no idea. I guess when your armies are retreating, they lose control of the area. I mean, that makes sense, but I'm not sure why that's true. All right. So our map's a little ways off. All right, Pickett's here. He's trying to get stable. He needs to get his readiness back. That's fine. They need a bit more work. Actually, Gist is pretty okay. I could probably actually move him up the railroad and get to using him pretty quickly. And for Cooper's part, let's fall back, and I don't know why Evans' core is now looking like that, but they are. All right, Longstreet has a long way to go apparently, and well, that's great. I know that we're on the run in Arkansas, and that's kind of just something we got to accept. For a little while. If we can get Bragg and Price to get together, I think there's a chance to make a stand here. Hill's core is not really dedicated to this at all. I'm trying to get Hill some readiness and get him into Tennessee, because Tennessee and Georgia are far more important than whatever happens in Arkansas. Remember Hall's core here? Yeah, he's... we own... Okay, we do own Knoxville. He's struggling to regain some readiness. Maney's core is, well, you can see they're out of supply. That's portends very bad things here. If we cannot get something moving. But you know what? If the other side is just going to leave it wide open, why not move? Maybe they've eaten up all the supply there, or all the forage, and they got to move. So we can roleplay our own explanation. Okay, and so this is now a theater. Army of Kentucky's here. Sibley's Corps is here. Zollicoffer's there. So together we got a little under 40,000. And we're up. No, their force is smaller. So we're going to go ahead and... Whoa, I think there's another corps there. No, there isn't. Well, there is, but I think it's just... I think they're the same size. So anyways, we'll send them in. We're going to take Sibley out of scouting so that we can use Sibley to reinforce. Hopefully. Army of Kentucky can do Army of Kentucky things. Army of Tennessee, I think, is... Oh, it's not even a corps. It must be Zollicoffer. Yeah, it is. So, since he's not doing anything, we'll try to roleplay. Actually, we'll move him there. But that'll be that. Really don't know what they're up to. Yeah. I know 1x is pitiful, but I am getting my bearings here, so. What is this? This does not look like a fight we want, right? Because we got 25,000 against 36,000. It's not, you know, it's not impossible. Let me think. I forget what Maney's army looks like. The composition. Well, actually, we know. We have 4,500. You know what? I'm going to roll the dice in and hop into this. If it looks terrible, we can always withdraw, which is what we're going to do anyways. And I realize now, it's probably what I should have done in Northern Virginia. Just play it, and if it just goes atrociously, try to withdraw as best you can. But here with 4,500 Cav, if we can get them in, and I've modded the game so that Cav are not dismounted loose formation Cav are not as OP as they are in vanilla. They're still good and still worth it. I set the AI to take up about as much as I take and try to limit myself to a little over 10% of my forces being Cav. But I think if they can get in and get a good hit, we have a chance. So this is bad. If you don't know what this means, they're likely going to get the victory point. And we look to be down on the morale thing. So I'll bring you back when I have something to show you, but it might just be me retreating. All right, so I bring you back. I've ordered all the forces down here. Maybe it was the right call. It doesn't matter. That was the decision. Luckily, things have equalized a bit on the morale bar. I think they've actually captured the point. I think they have. I don't know why. They're all around it, but it still says meeting engagement, so they're not getting those morale points yet. My Cav that's here is in... One of them is in very rough shape, and that's what I was banking on, and sure enough, the Union got here first. So it looks like a lot of their brigades... Now, that looks larger than the one I thought I just saw before, so I'm not sure if they're at full strength. And they're definitely going to win the foot race. I don't know. I want to jump in there and just throw these two Cav brigades at those Union lines and try to knock them down as they come into place. But I don't think that's going to work. I can already see two here, two more here. I think I saw another one over here. And I think if I send these Cav brigades forward, I think it's gonna end up going poorly. So right now I have... So this is the weakest of the Cav brigade, so I want to move that over there. And I'll move them up to there. So that the Cav is kind of... It's somewhat more open over here, and that's generally where I prefer to have them. In the infantry that's showing up later, so like... Hindman, he can actually just... I don't know if he's going to get here in time, but that's where I'd want him. And Jackson's division can snake in there. And I think it's Lawton's division is the last. Then they can slot in there. But I think my guys are going to be very tired when they show up. And I don't think we're going to be in the best of fighting conditions. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. So I think it's probably... Well, you know what? If they give us an engagement over here, I will take it. At least if it's 1v1. I hate that they did the right thing and took out skirmishers. I did turn down the game audio so that hopefully that did not cause you all to just go deaf. Even though we don't have the improved 3D map mod working or fully working, it doesn't look terrible. And I didn't do anything to the sound, but it sounds better than normal. Yeah, I really wish we could just ignore skirmishers and continue moving up. Just bypass them, because I mean, we can shoot their skirmishers at close range. I don't care about that, but yeah, this is concerning. Like this, my cav could easily get swamped here, and I'm also a little not happy that you can adjust the range that infantry will engage and shoot. All right, so now we want to stay on them. Now we absolutely want to stay on them. Just got to keep kind of spam clicking through and trying to close the distance so that they can't kick out more skirmishers. Because we don't want our cavs shooting into skirmishers. We want them lighting up the full brigades and all that stuff. But I would say the AI's done well here. My goodness, my earphones are vibrating. I've never had that. Alright, we're gonna leave that fight. Oh my goodness. They've decided to march in lines rather than in column. So let's use this opportunity to do that. To get you like that. Oh my goodness, they're all doing it too. Oh, they were actually right. Oh well. Oh well, and they're actually right too. I guess these were the only guys that weren't. Well. Alright, I gotta pause this and turn them down because it is rough on the old ears. Alright, we'll see how that goes. As long as their morale doesn't start going negative, they will be okay. But as soon as it does, they are in trouble. But I think the basic cost benefit is if we can get this cav to route maybe 3 brigades, or seriously beat up 3 of their brigades, maybe we'll have a chance. I don't know. This movement over here by the AI is good. This is good. These lines sitting here doing nothing are horrendous. Actually, I can fix this. I forgot that I can actually control them. It's something you can do in the debug log. You can just control AI movement. Actually, them being there is fine because they're gonna, yeah, they're gonna break. So then what you want these guys doing, and actually what these guys, yeah, they should keep closing the gap. But at about 20 rounds, oh my goodness, which we're already at, you got to start thinking about withdrawing as cav. And we only got 1 brigade out of there. So that did not That was not like we drew it up. And now we need to start withdrawing. So well played to the AI. They use skirmishers to soak up most of my cav shooting. And skirmishers are symmetrically nerfed to cav. Because really what I went after was the loose formation advantages. And so again, it's still good, but it's not as good as it was, and you're not supposed to be able to do it indefinitely. But yeah, very well done by the AI, sending out skirmishers with everyone. My goodness. So, yeah, I don't know what these guys are doing. Maybe that'll get them to move, but if not, I'm probably just so frustrated by the friendlies movement that I'll probably just hit the withdraw button here in a moment. Gotta love cav glitching out ever since Whiskey and Lemons came through. Yeah, Cruff did absolutely fine. Apparently my cav was shooting at their skirmishers, so hope that was worth it. But alright, so I guess we put you on pause if both sides are going to break contact, and we'll think about what we do. We could always play for the overnight resupply and then send the cav back out in the morning. Just to do this again. Maybe we'll do that. I'm Pemberton tomorrow? Yeah, we'll see. Alright, so on this episode of the Best Laid Plans here, what I think I'm going to do, so we did get the day reset. It looks like my cav are up to 35 shots each. I'm going to run them down and try to immobilize or skirmish with that division of 4 brigades. My hope is to turn these guys and have them focus on this clump. I want to use those 5 brigades from Jackson and Lawton's division to... Yeah, I have no idea what this is going to look like when I hit play, but the idea is to try to overwhelm. This is mostly artillery. Try to overwhelm that, and then have the remnants of Lawton, Jackson, and then Heinemann, who've been pushing up, have them focus on this division here. So the hope is to try to wipe out these with almost all of my forces, and then use the cavalry to distract them, and hopefully there's enough done there. We don't have to worry too much about the victory points at this point. Let's just see what we're dealing with here. Yeah, so this is a much stronger position, and man did they deploy far forward. So again, on this episode of the Best Laid Plans, but yeah, we got to throw out our own skirmishers, and you know what? I think we kind of still do the same thing. We'll do a variation of it. We'll send them over there. Heinemann is now going to move up as fast as possible. I have little interest in actually attacking that. So, if the enemy has such a good defensive position, right, coming through an open field into entrenchments, I would think that the course of action would be to go this way. I think, yeah, it doesn't need to be counterbat. It can be anything bat, because, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We'll get them done. We'll tell them to put out skirmishers, and then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to just move sideways over here. Okay, so that'll be the plan. And again, if they stay in their entrenchments, that's great for us. Yeah, my guess is these guys are just going to get wrecked. But they're going to get wrecked if we pull them out, so we might as well just leave them where they are. Helms's brigade. I don't think that's where you're supposed to be. Yeah, and they already moved very quickly to rally to the weak point here. So maybe there's nothing doing here. I think the only variation now is that Pemberton will try to bring his cav in on the flanks, and that we're going to try to mass all of our infantry against this pocket here. Hope that this pocket stays away. I don't know why on earth those skirmishers are running back, but, you know. We don't get paid to think those things. Incidentally, my ability to print screen seems to have gone away, so I can't take my screenshots anymore. I don't know what happened there, but... Okay, we'll let our skirmishers go prone. They are coming out to meet us. I don't know that we're going to get any forest cover from this. I would doubt it. Oh, we're still at 2x. That's why this is going so fast. Alright, we might be in the position... Oh, okay, so they're lining up to deal with that infantry over there. That's good for us, bad for them, I guess. Alright, we're going to order them in there. And I'm going to order them over there. And we'll push up to here. And these guys are going to push up to here. And the hope would be to collapse on that brigade, maybe that brigade, maybe get a pick somewhere. I'm going to apologize in advance to David Jones, as I have to do in every campaign I play, with him or against him, because he gets slaughtered because of me. You guys really cannot see? You can't see anything to shoot. Nothing at all. Nothing. Nothing. What on earth happened to Hughes's brigade? So, this must be like a overnight morale thing, because we did not take that many casualties. Oh no, we're stuck skirmishing against those guys. Alright, and nobody took my advice to go at medium. Well, they did. At least somebody did. Oh, and so did they. Alright, alright. Here, we're just gonna recall our skirmishers from them. Did they rout? They did. Okay, these guys need to stop messing around and just press up. Same with these guys. It's all about closing distance at this point. Are we gonna get them? We might get them. I know that they do have a morale issue. It's not just us. They've been in enemy territory for a long time. Alright. Oh no. Alright, yeah, we gotta stay on those guys. We do not want them to reform like this. We gotta try to collapse this. Tell me no! Go back to medium range. Hampton, pick up those skirmishers and move. Send them back there. Alright, if you have skirmishers out, yeah, they're not doing you any good. Send you over there. I actually don't know how much ammo they have. They got 20. They gotta start pulling back. Yeah, now it's just infantry on infantry over an open field. I could try to give them a bombardment order and just try to break this. That might be our Hail Mary of sorts. Alright, do not let these guys get back. Do not let them get back. Get on them. Get on them. Alright, it is... Oh, they broke. Okay, well, go figure. But we'll withdraw with that cav and now just turn it over to the infantry. And yeah, seriously, hope for the best. I don't know. This division coming in is not good for us. Okay, I don't know how tired these guys are. They're not tired. Not yet, at least. We'll get them set up to maybe deal with something on the flank. If they have to hold there for a while. Alright, I don't think their skirmishers are really doing them any favors, so we will recall all of them. Man, I cannot get these guys to stay at medium range. And so if you don't understand what I'm talking about, you know, if you want to do... I feel like if you're on the attack, you generally want to do your casualties pretty quickly. And so closer ranges will allow you to deal higher casualties. You take casualties on the way in, but I think it's worth it on the back end. Whereas if you're at long range and you can engage the enemy and they'll just stand there and shoot, then that really works to your advantage. Right. These guys can go back to fire at will. They can go to fire at will. This guy's going to be a little fatigued when they get out of those woods, but they should generally be okay. Top line has us ahead, but I feel like a lot more of that plan worked than I thought. I think this division reinforcing is going to be a challenge. Where is Pemberton? Oh, Pemberton's right there. Okay. Alright, so we'll give Jones that target. We'll give you that target. Give you that target. And now we're just going to try to march right through them. And hopefully they'll be too timid to come up and do much about it. Okay, we'll park them there. We'll park them there. Walton is there. Maney is there. Whoa, I don't even know where those guys came from. Alright, Tribune's almost done withdrawing and almost out of ammo. Oh, yet again, guys. Go medium. Stop dealing these low casualty volleys here and get into it. Johnson's in good shape for them. Blair is okay, considering where it looked like he was caught out, but alright, so much of this division is still in... I guess we could just check... Oh, that's the core. Alright. So, but what we have a chance to do here is to catch these guys moving backwards. And to dump a bunch of shots into them. So they look like they're going to be a problem. Yeah, any of those brigades that are firing and moving back are always a bit tough to get a handle on. They're slippery. Alright, and wow. Wow. Yeah, I knew their morale was low. I thought they were going to hold up better than that. Those guys, I don't know if they routed earlier or if they're just routing because they see what else is going on, but that was surprising. That's I was more than ready to throw in the towel there and just pull back, but yeah, we should get those last two brigades. I don't know how they're not broken. They look broken when you zoom. No, I guess, well, they kind of look like some of the other ones. They're pulling back in disarray. We can move our... Yeah, we'll send some skirmishers to go grab those. Why not? I don't think we can quite declare it's mopping up operations. It looks like they're going to... Oh, okay. Thought we were going to have to break like one more brigade to get them to go, but they're on the slide and they're out of here, and I'm not going to press too hard. Other than maybe to liberate some of these guns that we're just going to rust anyways. Yeah. So, you know, on the attack, dealing more casualties. Probably because of the cav, but again, they did a good job screening with infantry, and so it wasn't even 2-1. All right, this tells us kind of what we already know, right? 1,000 captured, 525 killed, sure. I forgot one of the other things I was trying is, before I took a break from actually recording, this was turning the mic volume down to pick up less of the keyboard sound. I don't know. Still an idea. All right, we'll speed that up a bit. But I think the battle I was more concerned about was the one over here. All right, we got Cooper back here doing Cooper things. Put him in scouting for now. What is this? Oh! Yeah, this is one we will take. Yeah. Let's do it. All right, what is it telling us? I do not love Shiloh, the map. It's kind of interesting, right? Because of the Tennessee River and everything like that, but it is basically a wilderness map. Some wilderness, fine. A lot of wilderness, terrible. All right, so there's a 3-pointer down here we got to go capture. This is looking like one where you're going to be on pause for quite a while before we try to engage them. All right, so this is what? Well, this is kind of what the Cav were able to show me. It's Claiborne's Cav. It looks like they have... Right, it's not breastworks, but it's, yeah, parapet. That's what I said. And then they also had some troops over here. So, my thinking, because we have a numbers advantage, this is a side trail. So, if they tried to defend long here, they're really in a tough place. This is tough to move through, all this other stuff. Once you're in that line, you're pretty much in that line. And if they're not there, well, great. But if they are there, we're just going to go after this. Whoever's defending in the center will probably pay the price on the way in, almost certainly. But the hope is that once we break them, and maybe there's a chance that Claiborne will just walk in, and that will be much easier than we thought. But I did not want to have to come over here, come up this hill, and then send my troops down here while they were all lined up above them. I was like, yeah, I don't know if this is a great idea either, right? Sending your troops into parapets, but there's a lot of woods around, and so they could at least use the forest as cover until they got pretty close, which plays into our hands as the attackers anyways. We want to be close. And so, yeah, I thought that this was the less bad option. On this part of the Shiloh map, you can't really avail yourself of multiple ways to get to where you want to go. Over here, it's like this path, or right, this path goes nowhere. And yeah, it's all that terrible stuff to get to this little tiny 3-pointer. So anyways, that's the plan. The rest of the infantry is going to stack up here around, I think it's the green farm. But we'll move them up to the parapets once Claiborne takes them, and then I'll bring you back. All right, so as much as we can, our trap is laid. And actually, Colquitt's, well, Steele and Stilwell's brigades kind of helped because we had to hold Colquitt back, so we could not launch kind of preemptive attack to hold them in place. Kind of just depended on the AI not reacting to its obvious flanking maneuvers, since they already had those two batteries already had the, I'll call it the barrage perk, but it's the Grand Batter one. Rather than set them to counterbat, I just set them on barrage and then sent them over there. If they want to shoot at Claiborne, well, Claiborne, I know Claiborne's probably not getting cover. We'll make it up on the back end. If we can just get them to sit there, that's perfectly fine with me. Most of Zolokoffer's force is ready to go, but it's really about waiting for Sibley to get in place. This part of their line can get away, kind of no matter what we do, unless we send somebody all the way around. I'm not looking for a perfect surround. That's kind of a little silly anyways. I don't really care about the victory point either, because it's only a 3-pointer. Yeah, so I don't care about it. And let's see, these guys, we'll detach that artillery. We'll find Ford's artillery is Butler. We'll detach him. Are they counterbatting us? Not that I can tell. I think they're still trying to shoot my prone cavalry. All right. But yeah, the rest of this infantry is getting all lined up and ready to go. We can actually put Lee kind of in there. How are these guys doing? Alright, if they are in fact well rested, let's get them up. Let's get Galadin up. Let's get Stovall up. Oh dear. This is why I don't play at 5x, but I definitely did. Okay. Dismount you, move you out there. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, the rest of this is pretty good. Sharp says he's nervous. Oh, it's his first combat. That happens. What condition is our Law's troops in? Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. All right. So, for what this is worth, and I don't know that it's worth much, we'll try it. But we'll have Law move out like this. I'm gonna order Pettigrew to get up and try to move like this. Lee, who is supposed to be the kind of reinforcing division, is going to move up instead, and Colquitt is largely going to play that role of reinforcements. Claiborne, yeah, I hate sending Cav up through fences. It's not where they're meant to be. But we'll move them up anyways. And so that was Law. So then Ford still needs a movement order. And it's a little wonky, but we got no... It's not wonky. It's a little awkward. But we'll move them through there. And then I think we just watch. It's it's 2:30 in the afternoon here. These guys have mixed... These guys must have mixed... Yeah, they do. Well, this happens when you're not paying attention, which, yeah. That's kind of what this channel is about. Okay, now they got the order. They figured it out. They're sure this time. Oh. We'll let Colquitt do his thing. Yeah, I kind of thought those guys with mixed cav weapons, once they got up close and they got the surround here on this fence, they might be able to do something with those, I don't know, shotguns and pistols or whatever it is they got. I think they're done. So we'll turn to maybe the next shooter drop will be this backdoor attack. I know the skirmishers were leading. They look like they masked well here. Maybe they just need a little more oomph. Okay, we'll order them to attack through there. Pettigrew, we're going to order kind of the same thing. Lee, we'll just order them through and see what they come up with. And then Colquitt, we'll just have them try to get up there and, yeah. So they broke our one group of skirmishers. That's to be expected. Kinda wanted these attacks to go off at the same time. Wonder what range they're actually firing. Okay, so they actually did adopt medium range. Okay, that seems... Oh my goodness. Alright, so we still have some units with mixed muskets, but it's thankfully not most. So Andrews is going to try to withdraw, it looks like. Which is just an odd decision here. I mean, at that point, you might as well just shoot it out and hope that your friends move up. Okay. Well, yeah. As we should have predicted, the shortest distance attack hit first. So they've fallen back out of there, but not for most other things. Here, we'll just get them to concentrate and shoot at that unit, and that ended up being a short battle. I thought it might be. It was certainly shorter for you than it was for me, and it's probably just the place we'd like to end it. Too bad for McNair, because he's got those poor mixed muskets. He's just going to get run around, but I don't think Grusel's going to... No, Grusel is not heading in a profitable direction. Alright. I don't think we need to watch any more of this. Alright, so they lost 1,700, 544. So almost 800 off the board for them. For us, it was 143 plus some percentage of 109. So, yeah, it was definitely a good trade for us. And, alright, so that was not in, yeah, that was in this little area here. But if it gets them running out of here, that was only, now both of those cores are running? That's really odd. I think that's really odd. But we're going to move up and try to close the gap on them and knock them out of the rest of Western Tennessee. That also means that with that, we don't need Hill's Corps as quickly. But I really don't want to mess around in Arkansas. I feel like those troops there, that it's 30,000-ish. That, yeah, whatever we can get done with that is whatever we can get done with that. And Tennessee and Georgia, Virginia are all going to be more important. Now, we went over here, but I guess the first corps did not go that far. Well, that's disappointing. Because we kind of had to take the supplies at Atlanta or we were done. So, that's that. Hawes is still taking his sweet time to get his readiness. It seemed like we had it seemed to me like I had accomplished more in this episode than I did, but at the end it's like, yeah, 2 steps backwards and I guess three steps forward and maybe 2 steps to the side. So, but no, Evans is okay, Cooper's okay. All right, Gist is coming up with his core. Longstreet, yeah, Longstreet needs to get himself up here as well. There's no reason why he can't. And then, all right, so you're scouting. You can be scouting too. Yeah, and pretty soon we got to look to beat up on this area here, and then think about pivoting to liberate the western part of the state. But yeah, I didn't even bother with naval stuff this time around. That's just kind of how I've been playing. You can see it's rough on our end. I think we lose when national morale goes below 40. Pretty sure. And since we, yeah, as the CSA, as the Union, we don't have to worry about national support dropping before 62 because we're in 63. But anyways, it might be a tight one. Yeah. We'll see how the campaign ends. It's certainly shaping up to be interesting and fun and all the rest of that stuff. I think we might have dug ourselves too big a hole early on, and we have to be very careful with what we do from here on out if we're going to try to drive the Union national morale below 40 before ours does. But anyways, it was fun for me to get back into this. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to have you back for the rest of the series.